Hey guys, Welsknight here, bringing another brand new episode from StudTech. And in this episode, we are going to be doing a few different things. First and foremost, I want to let you guys know that for all intents and purposes, I have finished my house. I decided to finish the rest of it off camera because it was just a lot of repetitive stuff and really small detail work. I'll show you what I did. I added a painting here. I swapped out the torches in the house for lights. We had some stone showing in these corners, so in two of the rooms, this one and that room over there, I added a border with inverted stairs using Carpenter's blocks, and then the one of the spruce wood chisel textures. I added a little storage over here with some plants, added this carpet in. Oh, that torch needs to go. Okay. And that was pretty much it. I didn't have to do a whole lot more, and I didn't want to make an entire episode out of just putting down those blocks, so I figured I would just finish it between episodes. Now, with that said, now that our house is done, I thought it would be a great opportunity to do a little bit of a server tour as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go check on everybody else and kind of just recap everything that we've got around here. This is my oreberry bush farm. As you can see, it's pretty plain, nothing fancy. It's basically just a room filled with oreberry bushes. We've got the park over here with a bunch of apple trees. There's a drying rack that we built over there for drying out leather. We've got the tropical island that Stud and I worked on last episode. Right over there. We're still probably going to do a little bit more work with that, but we haven't done it yet. And then this road has been kind of a community effort. I did the light posts that you see here. Stud came up with kind of the basic idea and pattern for the road himself very early in the series. This is Stud's house, and I should mention, guys, if you are not watching Stud's videos and Scar's videos and Perry's videos, you definitely should be doing so because they are all very, very good builders. In fact, I would say that they are better builders than myself. There are links to their channels in the video description, so check them out if you have not already done so. But this is Stud's house. He's got a barn back there that he built on a live stream, which is really a nice color. We can come in and take a look at his house. Look at this kitchen. This is how you do kitchens in modded Minecraft, guys. This is just gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I kind of stole his hanging ceiling light design right here for a couple of the rooms in my house. You've got cabinets and all sorts of things. He's got a little pool out back with a nice big deck. Don't know what he's planning to do with some of these other rooms. We've got a room right over here. Ooh, I don't know if this is new. Hopefully that's not spoilers. If so, pretend you didn't see anything, guys. And then it looks like he's working on a basement and storage area down here, so that's pretty cool. Haven't seen that yet. Maybe he did that on a live stream. He might have done this on a live stream too. Unfortunately, due to my schedule, I have not been able to catch as many live streams from the other guys as I wish I was able to. But then we've got some rooms yet that it looks like he's still working on and still has to furnish. So, looking forward to seeing how this house turns out. I really, really like the color choices and a lot of the stuff. Stud is a very, very talented builder. Alright, so that is Stud's house. Now we can... There, okay. I thought for a second we couldn't close the door. Oh, and, you know, just because... I better ring his doorbell. Oh, you actually get an achievement for that. Ding Dong Ditch. Very nice. Very nice. I didn't know that. Alright, so as I was saying, right over here, he's got a barn. And this is really a nice barn. I love the cherry wood. Cherry is one of my favorite types of wood in BiomesOPlenty. Unfortunately, cherry trees lag the server and cause horrible frame drops. So we had to limit our cherry tree supply, which made me sad. This is his rabbit pen, although his rabbit seems to have disappeared. I'm not sure what's going on there. And then if you come back this way, Stud built a little garden right over here for a lot of the Pam's Harvestcraft crops. Wow, that is difficult to say. Harvestcraft crops. Blah. Anyway, so, and I kind of borrowed some of the ideas here for the Alamo in my Project Minoid series because I thought it looked really good, and I figured he wouldn't mind. So, coming over this way, somewhere, he's got a little shooting range. I believe it is... Oh, there's the staircase. There's a path that leads to it. It comes back this way. And right up here, we've got a nice little shooting range with some tables and some practice dummies and things like that. I better get out my sword. It's starting to get late. Speaking of which, I should probably grab out a silver skeleton sword. Hey, I dropped my ender backpack. Come back. Anyway, werewolves on this server, they are not your friend, contrary to popular belief. But what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to Uncle Stan's village, which is where Scar has been working. And some of the things that he has done with Uncle Stan's village had just blow my mind. Scar, man. I have a confession to make. When I first started playing Minecraft, I was that's when I started watching Scar, and I learned a lot about building and things like that, design from him. So I definitely have him to thank for a lot of my building talents, if you can even say that I have any. But this is his farm. And what a farm it is. Look at that. So many Pam's Harvestcraft crops. They're everywhere. This is kind of one of those things where, knowing Scar, he started with a small idea, and then much like his tree farm in Scarland, he got carried away. He's been doing some terraforming here. We've got a nice little shop that he's been working on with plants and gardens and cookies and all sorts of cool things. So definitely check that out if you want to know how to build this. I think he did the majority of the work on this road and these light poles during a live stream, if I remember correctly. We've got the zoo that we've all kind of been working on. It hasn't really gotten an update lately, so I'm hoping we get to that very soon. But I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm gonna leave Uncle Stan's village because I want to make sure that I'm not spoiling anything for Scar. I know he does have a tendency to record his videos somewhat in advance because he's got kind of a crazy schedule. So now we are going to head to ProPeri's house, which is right over this way. At least I think it's right over this way. My navigation skills, let's just say I'm better at finding things in real life than I am at finding them in Minecraft. So this could be interesting, but no, this is right, because this is Stud's little garden right here. So ProPeri has been building a modded, or a modern house, I should say. Kind of on this little area right over here. My render distance isn't turned up high enough yet that you can actually see it. But we're going to come over that way and take a look and see what he's been working on. And let's take a look. I've watched the videos that he put out, and it is a very nice looking modern house so far. It's not done. It's certainly not done yet, but so far it's looking pretty nice. He just put out a new video, I want to say yesterday, with the most recent update for the house. But as you can see, we've got a nice modern style. You got some accents with the windows. This wood, this is redwood. And then we've got plain smooth stone. And kind of a very nice shape and design. I know he plans to do a lot more with this than he has already done, obviously. It's certainly not finished. But I think when it's all done, it's going to look very, very nice. And I can't wait. So let's head over back to our house, I think. And I want to show you, I don't know if we've actually even taken a really good look at some of the other things that I have built on the server. First of all, there's my warehouse basement. It was my starter house originally. It's pretty small. The house itself looks kind of derpy, and honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's kind of convoluted. There's a lot of... I think there's too many different colors and textures, but we'll either clean it up a little bit, or I might just tear it down and build something else in its place, because it was never intended to be a permanent building. It was just a starter house to get me going, give me a place to store resources and sleep at night and whatnot. So, this is my starter house. Now that I have the full house back there, I don't really need this place anymore. But we'll come in here. I think I will take a quick nap just to make it day, because it'll make our server tour a little bit safer. But we've got the first floor, which has a couch, a bed, we do have a fridge, an ender chest, a couple more chests, things like that. If you come down here, we've got the tool room with all the tinker's stuff, some tool racks, all my horse armor and saddles, or at least some of my horse armor and saddles. I found a few of them. And then down here, this is the warehouse where we've got Annie the rabbit, we've got chests, we have a nice organizational system, which is easily expandable, which is one thing that I really wanted. Although I may have to open this up a little bit more, because I am running out of storage space. You got a bunch of furnaces in this wall. Up here, you can see glass. There's a little lake right here, which I kind of like. I might tweak that a little bit. I haven't decided yet. Nice big W pattern in the floor right here. If you look closely, you can see the W. And then down here is where my farms are. So we've got a wheat farm here. There's actually a skeleton spawner. If you come... Where is it? Here we go. There's actually a skeleton spawner right here that I'm probably going to turn into a mob farm at some point in the fairly near future. Something to give us some experience, and arrows are always needed as well. So I'll probably turn that into a mob farm. I'm going to try and get into some of the more technical mods. Oh, and also, I almost forgot, there's a couple more farms here. So you got wheat on this level. We have potatoes on this level. We have sugarcane on this level. And then down here we've got my sheep and my cows to keep me well supplied with leather and wool as needed for various builds and things of that nature. So let's continue on upstairs. And the last thing that I want to take a look at is the Nether. Now, the Nether is not very developed yet. That will probably be something that we will do. We will probably work on some sort of Nether hub, especially if we add a few more people to the server. We'll probably try and make the Nether look a little bit better, but right now, for the most part, the Nether isn't a place where we spend a lot of time. It's pretty much go in, get the glowstone or whatever it is that you need, and get out. And then we have a Nether transportation system, which I've done a lot of work on. There's mine, but then some of the other guys have kind of used the same general principle and done the same thing. So, first and foremost, when you enter the Nether, you're in a nice little cobblestone shack so that you don't instantly get gassed, because ghasts are a huge problem in the Nether, and I was having issues where I would basically log in, I would come into the Nether, and I would instantly get mauled by a werewolf or a ghast or something like that. Now, the Nether transportation system goes upstairs all the way to bedrock level so that we can avoid the ghasts and the majority of the bad guys, too. I haven't seen any werewolves or anything like that spawn up here either, which is good. Here is my sky base, which actually we should probably take a look at, considering that was the first few episodes I did on the server, and I haven't really come back to it since. I was going to make this my full-on normal base, this island right here in the sky, but something about it, I don't know what it was. I also really need to do something with that. I did not even notice that was unfinished. The primary reason was that there was all these slimes. There's all these slimes here. This is a slime spawner, basically. And they're quite noisy at night. They're not very considerate of your designated times to sleep and whatnot. But you can see there's a beautiful view from up here. It's not too far from spawn, or from the area where all of our homes are anyway. That's not actually spawn. And it would be kind of a cool place to live. It's not too shabby. I like it. But I think what we need to do is we need to continue on our tour and wrap things up. So we will come in here. We'll go back into the Nether. And we'll just take a quick look at the Nether transportation system. So first and foremost, we're using roads from Minefactory Reloaded because they let you travel considerably faster than you would otherwise, and you can even get a running start with them, and then you move super fast, letting us travel a pretty massive distance in a pretty short amount of time. Then I've got Nether portals all over the place. Not exactly a new idea, but it works. For the actual roads, I was using Minefactory Reloaded roads, as I said, and then a chiseled netherrack variant on the side. Here we've got a mesa biome that I found. We've got a redwood biome for redwood trees. And then you can come back this way and let's see, this way. Here we go. And if you head this way, we've got some other biomes and things as well. It just helps when we're gathering resources to have a quick way to get to a biome that has a lot of those resources. So, for example, here we've got a hot springs mine. That's where my actual mine is. We've got glaciers, mesas, and savanna biomes that way. There's a magic grove and mangrove biome over this way. And this is just a quick way to get around the world. Nothing super fancy. We'll probably clean it up sooner or later, but for the time being, it serves its purpose. But I hope you guys enjoyed this server tour. I think it is about time that I go ahead and wrap this episode up. And don't worry, we are definitely getting back to building in the next episode. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I really do appreciate it, and it really, really helps out my channel. As I said, if you're not already following and watching the other guys on this server, ProPeri, Scar, and Stud, definitely make sure you're doing so because they are fantastic, and they have links in my video description. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out too. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.